is reporting that Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu will make yet another trip to Washington, his sixth in 1 year, where he is expected to again pressure President Trump to launch a war on Iran. Last time he was in the U.S. in December, the regime change protests in Iran were launched. What does he have up his sleeve this time? How can it be that a foreign leader has more say on whether we go to war than the U.S. Congress? Here's what we do know. Whether Trump launches a war or not, the massive military buildup in the Middle East has already cost us billions of dollars. Those are billions that, instead of helping to actually make America great again, will only make the military industrial complex greater. All the American people will see is the continuing destruction of the dollar, and with it, more inflation and a lower standard of living at home. And of course, we will see a war supplemental spending bill on top of the $1 trillion military budget for the year. Thanks for listening. Is reporting that Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu will make yet another trip to Washington, his sixth in 1 year.
All right, Shalom. First of all, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rukakadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to all the brothers and the few sisters out there. Unto like foreigners from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Shalom in the Hebrew, which means peace. And the key to this whole thing, what he said right there, is a numeric number. These mother effers' favorite number, the 6 of number 6. So he has made 6 trips. All right, that's not by accident. And what this is what's his name, Ron Paul, right? Well, he forgot to say too. The last time he came, what did Trump do? They went after Venezuela, and when they went after Venezuela, the whole regime change complex took place. Now, automatically, they all have access to Venezuelan oil, which having the access to Venezuelan oil is going to calm the alliances. You gotta, man, when it's all said and done, like Apostle Paul said, everything's a psyop. All right. They operate in a way, they operate in witchcraft. Okay. Everything, every step, like Bobby Brown said, every little step they take is conducted by witchcraft. Okay. And the witchcraft that they're conducting is time. Matter of fact, they go astrology. Matter of fact, let me get to this real quick. Let me get to this. Let me get this. We not speak. Well, actually, I could do that one too. But we got to go into this one. Isaiah 47 and 10. The 10? Well, actually, I got to start at. You know what? No, I got to start at 10. But that has trusted in thy wickedness, that has said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge have perverted thee. So when something or someone is perverted, matter of fact, let me see something. The word Hebrew word shab, which means to turn back. Or so, well, I mean, in that case, okay, here it is, F of spiritual relations. So we all know that this place, America, especially now more than ever, everybody hates this place because of the Everything's going so goddamn high. They're realizing that the dream is over, but there's a key thing that's happening out there. And the key thing that's happening is they are losing, people are losing their rights. They're losing their their fundamental base rights, the freedom of speech, freedom of, you know, bear guns, everything like that. Everything's taking, people get snatched up in the streets. All these things are happening. So what they were told, what everybody has been brought up to believe, that this place is so great and so forth, now is reverting back, is reverted to a police state. Okay? So all that freedom nonsense and all that is not, it doesn't exist. So people are realizing that. So in a way, yeah, is this thing has been perverted. That's why the scripture says, I think 18, and so the Lord have mingled a perverse spirit in the midst of. All right. It says, and thou hast said in thine heart, throughout all the stuff that he's been doing, turn things upside down, and then revert back to another certain state. It says, thou saying that I am and none else beside me. Therefore shall evil come upon thee, and thou shalt not know from whence it riseth, and mischief shall fall upon thee, and thou shalt not be able to put it off, and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. So all these things are happening, and they have no idea why it's happening. All right, but why is it happening? Ultimately, because Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is bringing judgment. Every step that these devils make is leading them to that final dance. So right now, I saw something else. It said that Iran is supposed to have a meeting. The delegates of Iran is supposed to have a meeting with the delegates of the United States of America in Turkey, and they all remembered what happened last time they were supposed to have a meeting, right? And what happened? They bombed the shit out of. Sorry, not bombed the shit out of. They killed the delegates. Okay, and but right now, what's happened is that Esau, Edom, so-called white man, has in their plan, in their mind, sent forth the United States military, the navies, and to surround Iran. But then they turn around. Oh, we're gonna have to. What's the word he said? What's that famous word they're saying now? We're gonna have to have serious talks. If it doesn't go their way, they're gonna bomb the place. So either way, they want to go to war. All right, that's the bottom line. They just want to go to war and do the bidding of that gutter rat state Israel. That is why the scripture says, "The least of the flock shall join them out." Right, and yet not a Jew is going around and pushing this place to go to war, right? But why they all of a sudden doing this? It is perfect timing with this whole Epstein thing, all right? With this whole entire, you want to change the way the elections are being done, ICE, everything, everything is adding up. It says, "Stand now with thine enchantments, and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth." So they're busybodies in the form of witchcraft. All right, that's what they're truly busy in. Every step that they make, they got to go by the zodiacs. They got to go by what's being said. Well, that's what. Let me read down. It says, "If so be that shall be able to profit, if so be that shall may prevail." So if you trust in these things and you prosper, then you won't be destroyed by this. So trust in the same thing that you trusted in. All right, give it all and see what they say. But it's ironically funny that they use it the sixth time. So the sixth time can literally means World War III. All right, and it says, "But thy worry in thy multitude of thy counsels, they not a Jew." Ain't he going to have a council with Trump about what? What else needs to be said? And what's happened? The Iranian government has found, and the information, I guess, a couple shows ago when the guy was breaking it down, which made is coming to fruition, is that when they wanted to go into Greenland and Denmark knew, so what did they do? They decided, all right, y'all want to play dirty? We're gonna tell Iran all the agents that's there, and they rounded up all the agents, and now they publicly executing all the Mossad agents. Okay, that's why Trump was in the beginning stating about the public executions, and they better not, they're executing protesters and all this other stuff. That was all a psyop. That was agents that got caught up out there, and Iran is killing them. They're destroying them. So to save face, they have to send the United States, send the military. It's not about no fucking nuclear capabilities. It's not about no peace treaty. Because if they wanted peace, you don't come like that for peace. Especially when that nation has not shown no sort of aggression towards you. All right, and I'm not talking about if they attack Israel or not. I'm talking about America, Babylon the Great. Iran never showed no sort of aggression towards this place. But yet, you want to show your aggression. You want to show your might. That is why these devils are working so hard. It's all about timing, about saving face. There's a lot of criminal activity that's being done. So they take councils and say, well, how are we gonna make these moves? How are we gonna execute this? Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. All right. So you see clearly they use witchcraft to make their move. I believe going by the months. Okay, like a prime example, March. Let me see something. I'm just gonna I'm just gonna guesstimate on something. I hope I'm right, but if I'm not, hey, it is what it is. Let me just guesstimate. I was watching a old movie, a '90s movie, and that girl right there, she was in it. I remember, and shockingly, that movie's not taken down. But anyway, as I digress, March. Let me see something. I just want to see something. March Wars. I just wanted to see something, okay? March Wars reference primarily to 1864 Civil War. Civil War. Okay, I'm getting somewhere. It says March to see. All right, the reason why I looked up March Wars. Okay, how many wars starts in March? That's what I should ask. I'm just like I said, I'm just guesstimating here. Don't mind me. Wow. Listen. I just says several major conflicts and significant military actions have initiated or begun their main phase in March, marking it as the active month for operations. Key examples include the Iraq War, March 19, March 19 slash 20, 2003, NATO's campaign against Yugoslavia, March 24, 1999, and the start of the U.S. ground operations in Vietnam, March 8th, 1965. Now, I know we're in February, but hear me out. Um, March is what month? What's the zodiac sign for March? Zodiac sign for March is Aries. Now, I wanted to bring that up. Let me see something. Try something different. Signs. I don't know if it's, I think it's later in March, but I just want to see something. I just put March. I know what it is, but okay. So Aries, yeah, Aries is March 21st to April 9th, April 19th. So if anything significantly happens, Aries is the God sign. I mean, the God of War sign. All right. I just wanted to see that. That's what I really wanted to see. Pisces. Okay, Pisces. So sometimes a lot of major moves are done on a certain zodiac sign. Um, hold on. Let me see something. Let me try something else. Um, any blood moons? I know there's supposed to be a ring of fire. No, I need it. Let me try that. Blood moon. It says March, right? 2026. Is there a blood moon? Okay, a blood moon is coming 1 month until the lunar eclipse takes the skies in North America. I'm just going with yep in North America. So March 3rd, right? Okay. Well, you know what the blood moon represent, right? The blood moon also. But other there's something else that's supposed to happen. Okay, not blood moon. Ring of fire. Ah, the ring of fire. March 17th. Planet parade and ring of fire eclipse. So they also use obviously zodiac signs, signs in the heavens as a clear-cut indication to events to take place. So it won't be so far-fetched if they decide to attack Iran during the next few weeks or so. If negotiation suppose like half half-ass negotiations doesn't take place, I won't be surprised if they decide to go and strike. All right, because we got to understand we're dealing with a people that do things accordingly to their thoughts. Okay, um, they're doing according to what their signs say. Proverbs 6 and 12. It says, a naughty person, a wicked man, walketh with a forward mouth and winketh with his eyes. He speak he speaketh with his feet, he teacheth with his fingers, and forwardness is in his heart. He deviseth mischief continually, he soweth discord. So them deviseth mischief or plot evil, like it says right here. They pervert the hearts, plot evil, and they constantly stir up trouble. So they set the trap is this. They set up that whatever all those fleets of ships, a marauder of ships in that region to apply pressure. The president or the prime minister comes over here, all right, tells this man straight up, this is what you're gonna do, all right. I'm telling you, this is exactly what you're gonna do. I don't give a f about this, that, to the third. They have the Epstein list out in the public. He said today, the DOJ, all right, enough is enough. We got better things to do. So despite all these things and what happened with the DOJ, sorry, not the DOJ, when they released the Epstein list, they gave the women's information. They redacted the men that did it, but they gave the victims' information, the victims' faces. So don't be surprised if a lot of these quote unquote victims get executed. All right. They made it public for a reason. So everybody's going to be distracted by these things. Also, the whole entire ICE thing, another distraction. And then when all these other distractions run out, World War III. it's it's the same playbook every single fucking time. And if you don't pay attention to the moves, it will pass you by. All right. So within this month, going on to next month. So the Ring of Fire is probably next week. Then March 3rd is the blood moon. And then the sign of Aries takes place. And during this process, I believe after the sign of Aries, March 19th to May 1st, is another demonic thing. Real quick, because I'm yapping about dates and shit like that. Sirach 33, 8. The point is at 9, 7. It says, why doeth one day exalt another, when as all the light of every day in the year is of the sun? By the knowledge of the Lord they are distinguished, and the altered seasons and feasts. Some have he made holy, so some have he made high days and hallowed them, and some of them have he made ordinary days. So the ordinary days are days of no significance, but in this society, the ordinary days is highly looked upon. Uh, Daniel 7, what did he pop up for? And 25, it says, and he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, wearing out the Hebrew words, uh, Nabal, which means constantly harassed, all right? And think to change times and laws. But we go to it was this NLT, right? It says he would defy the Most High, oppress the holy people of the Most High, which he's done, which are Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And it says he will try to change their sacred feasts, festivals, and laws, and he will be placed under his control for time and, and a half. So they made ordinary days high days. They operate by these days. Okay? And that's exactly how these devils get down. And they want to bring in the mischief, the mischievous behaviors that they have always conducted themselves in. So he's going to come in and over here, proving that these devils, they control everything. Jeremiah 49 and 20. It says, therefore, hear the words of the Lord. Actually, let me go do the other one instead. Jeremiah 50 and 33, or I'm sorry, not 50 and 33, 36. I'm going to go up, slack here. It's not 50. One, it's supposed to be this chapter. There it is, 45. It says, therefore, hear ye the counsel of the Lord. Hey, the same way they got their counsel, and they tell them, okay, we got to operate at this time, and so forth. And Most High he got his counsels up there too. It says, therefore, hear ye the words of the Lord. Sorry, therefore, hear the counsel of the Lord. They have taken against Babylon. And Babylon is what? America. Okay? And the one in Jeremiah 49 and 20, it states Edom. So Edom is synonymous with Babylon. And it says that and his purpose, that he have purpose against the land of the Chaldees. So the land of the Chaldees are the illuminated ones, right? Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them. So the least of the flock is that welfare state. On top of that welfare state is that guy, Benjamin, not a Jew. He's going to come on the sixth try to tell the current president of the United States they have to attack Iran by any means necessary, which is going to lead this place to go into World War III. Beautiful. Love it. With that being said, shalom to the elect of the nations. Shalom.